call me a crazy foreigner, but I'm obsessed with the Icelandic Lopapeysa. I mean, look at this beautiful thing. And it's so warm and it's so awesome. Don't lie, I know you want one for yourself. Don't even worry, I am going to tell you exactly how and where you can get yourself a Lopapeysa to take home, and always remember your time in Iceland. Hey Team Iceland, my name is Jeannie and I'm your tour guide for all things Iceland planning. If this is your first time on my channel, don't forget to hit subscribe because I want to help you plan the best trip ever. Today, we are talking about the Icelandic Lopapeysa. This thing. Where you can find one, how to get one, how much they cost, and all of the things. So, let's get into it. So if I got too far ahead of myself, the Lopapeysa is the Icelandic sweater that you will see all around the stores in Iceland. And it's made from Icelandic wool, and the traditional distinguishing feature is this beautiful stitching along the neckline. So obviously the Icelandic Lopapeysa is made with Icelandic wool, to which the sheep are roaming around the countryside and eating all the grass and drinking the glacier water and getting all that natural vitamin D, so that when they're harvested, this is like really amazing wool. The good thing to know is that this wool is pretty waterproof. So it's something to do with like the fibers and how it's spun and everything like that. But this thing, like, I can wear it when it's raining or if we get a little wet, and I don't even have to worry about it. Also, it's super warm. Like, that pretty much goes without saying, but this is a warm sweater. And I wear it all of the time when I'm exploring around Iceland because it's the warmest thing that I own. It's the best thing ever. I'm actually like super hot right now as we're filming this because so the Lopapeysa comes in a lot of different styles. You'll see sweaters that are just crew neck like this. You'll see some that have a hood, some have a zipper, some have a button. So there's a lot of different ways that you can buy a Lopapeysa. Now, you're gonna wanna budget for buying this souvenir because this is an expensive piece of clothing. So I've seen Lopapeysas anywhere from, I would say, 125 US dollars up to about 250 US dollars. Again, it just depends on the style that you get and where you purchase it from and if it was handmade or not. Another thing to consider other than the style is that you're gonna be able to find these in a lot of different color combinations. So usually no two Icelandic sweaters are made the same. And so you're gonna be able to find some brown or white pieces of wool. I've even seen some, some colored pieces of wool that are dyed or anything like that. So the black, the gray, the white, that's the most common, but you can also find some other different colors as well. All right, so let's talk about where you can buy one of these beautiful things for yourself. So the absolute best place to shop for handmade wool items in Iceland is easily the Hand Knitting Association of Iceland. So you can find the store in downtown Reykjavik, and they have a gigantic selection of authentic made wool sweaters. They also have a lot of other wool items, so if you don't want to invest in a sweater or if you're not really a sweater person, then you can get things like gloves, hats, scarves, baby booties, all of the things. They have so many things there, but I can promise you with 100% confidence that those Icelandic sweaters are authentic. You aren't getting something that was like made in China or anything like that. So I always send people there. Another pretty good option is the Lopapeysa flea market. So this is a market that's only open on the weekends. So Saturdays and Sundays in downtown Reykjavik. So right across from the Harpa Concert Hall. And at the market is where you can find a lot of farmers or women that will come in from the countryside, and they'll be selling their authentic made sweaters. So again, this is not a mass-produced thing. You know that these things are authentic. The only downside with shopping at the flea market is that you don't get as good of a selection. So in terms of color or sizing or, maybe looking for something in particular, they don't have as big a selection because it's just kind of what they made recently. There are also a couple of thrift stores in Reykjavik, particularly the Red Cross. Now, of course, this is hit or miss. You're not gonna be guaranteed to find a Lopapeysa at these thrift stores, but it is a good option if you're just kind of passing by, you wanna go in and browse. Of course, the prices on those Lopapeysas at the thrift store would be significantly lower. And Lastly, you can find the Lopapeysa sweater at different gas stations around Iceland or at certain attractions. So there's been a small pop-up shop at the Seljalandsfoss waterfall where they're selling some sweaters. I've also seen them at a gas station in North Iceland near Godafoss. So it's becoming more and more popular to sell these things around the country. So if you're not starting your trip in Reykjavik or you can't quite find one that you're looking for, then keep your eye out when you're doing your road trip, because there's a chance that you can find them at different places throughout the country. Now, people are always asking me where I got my Lopapeysa, and I actually had mine custom made from one of my coworkers' moms. So I picked out the colors and the pattern and the style and everything like that. So unfortunately, mine is really one of a kind. But I know with absolute certainty that you can find the perfect Lopapeysa if you know where to look and if you make sure to budget your money. Alright guys, that's it for the Lopapeysas. I hope you loved this video. Make sure to give it a thumbs up, hit subscribe, and I will see you back here next week at the same time for more helpful Iceland planning tips. Happy planning!